You never walk alone.
And as you can tell by Julian's beautiful singing, we're talking about Liverpool this episode, the second episode in the series.
Alright, Julian, don't slip up, bruv.
And if you watched our first episode, we talked about Man City and then winning the title, so go and give that a watch. We talked about Yaya Toure, we talked about what Pellegrini's going to do this summer as well, so give that a watch. But first of all, let's get on with who we think did well for Liverpool this season player-wise, and I'll kick it off with Suarez. Is my player of the season for Liverpool. He's so much of Liverpool, what they do good. His movement, his touches, his goals, creating chances, his partnership with Sturridge have been so key to Liverpool this season, their successes and what they've done this season, and keeping him as well has been really good. Unfortunately, he started crying, which I thought was a bit babyish of him, but otherwise he's been a really good player, and he's been Liverpool's best player throughout the whole season and last season as well. Sam, what do you think? Who's Liverpool's best player this season?
Luis Suarez. In a nutshell, Luis Suarez. There's no point going on about all the rest of them. Luis Suarez, because if Luis Suarez wasn't there, they wouldn't have got to where they were. So let's just leave it at that, shall we?
Julian, any honourable mentions? I think Raheem Sterling had a good season.
Yeah, I think Sterling, he showed glimpses of his ability last season, but this season he's just grown that bit more, and he's starting games. Him, Suarez, and Sturridge, them three in front of the midfield have been blowing teams away. Maybe not in the last few weeks of the season, but when they were on that 11-game winning streak, them three, with the help of the Gerrard, Henderson, Lucas Coutinho, they were blowing teams away. And Sterling, 10 goals this season. He's had a really good season, and I think looking away from Liverpool for a second, I think he should go to Brazil with the England squad because he deserves it.
Cool. So let's look back at Liverpool's season then now. They could have won the title. It's in their hands. I think the reason they've lost it is because of their own mistakes in some of the games. But I think it's still been a successful season for Liverpool. They got Champions League football back. That's going to be very key in keeping Suarez. I know some teams in Spain will be very interested in Suarez this season. Liverpool do well to keep hold of him. Also, I think in general Liverpool being good to watch. They've been attractive to watch the attacking football. A lot of goals, demolished a few teams on the way, including Arsenal. So otherwise, it's good. Defensively a bit questionable, of course. And Rodgers has done one, I think, as well as transition. He's been very flexible in his formations, and his teams have responded well when he has changed formation. So they seem to be adaptable to the situation. But Sam, what's gone wrong this season for Liverpool? What do you expect from the next season?
I don't know. It's sort of difficult to sort of pinpoint like one player or like one certain error. I think it's a collective effort in defence that really give them a downfall. I mean, you can't win the league with a bad defence, no matter how many goals you score. And I don't know how many goals did they score this season? 102 or something, 101.
Yeah, crazy amount of goals.
Yeah, so like a really good amount of goals. But they got underdone by their goal difference and defending, as we saw at Crystal Palace the other night. I mean the boys were analysing that game after the Crystal Palace game, and they said it's sort of inevitable when it was at 3-1 they were going to concede those goals. And if you are going to be Premier League champions, you can't really be talked about like that. You just can't. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. But we'll see how they push on. It would be good to see them back in the Champions League and see how they cope with their endeavour, because they haven't played that many games this season. But that wraps it up for this episode, guys. So please like, comment, subscribe, tell us what you think. Do you agree with us? What do you expect from Liverpool in the future as well? And catch us tomorrow where we'll be talking about Chelsea and Arsenal, the other two teams in the top four. But for now, thank you.